National Weather Service meteorologist Jared Heil with a forecast update for the upcoming short work week. Hope you had a safe and good holiday weekend out there. As we head back to work and school this week, we're going to have some changeable weather. The heat is going to be the big concern early in the week, as it's been recently, and then we'll start to turn our eyes off to the tropics actually to impact part of the weather across the Southwest. More on that in just a couple seconds. First off, let's talk about the heat. It's still in place. High pressure is in charge, and that's why the satellite image across our area rather quiet with no rain right now. High temperatures on your Labor Day. Take a look here. We were hot, 109 in Phoenix, lower one teens across Yuma into southeast California, but farther north into the Central Valley of California, up towards Sacramento, closing in on 110, if not a little higher in a few instances. That's dangerous heat for those folks. It's dangerous heat anytime it's over 100, 510 degrees anywhere, but they're really not all that used to it. So we've seen the heat issues also causing some wildfire concerns up there as well. This is a major heat wave that's not going to abate across that part of the country for 2 or 3 more days. And even here, we're going to see those above normal temperatures persisting. So the excessive heat warning in Phoenix continues for 2 more days through Wednesday. Southeast California, the warning goes through Tuesday. And you can see here the high temperatures staying hot, 106 to 110 in Phoenix, and even hotter out to the west and southwest. Please take this heat seriously. It's getting late in the season. We've been dealing with the heat all summer, but it's still dangerous. It's still deadly. And we want you to be careful if you're going to be outside. Let's switch gears here and talk about the tropics. We don't do that a lot here in southwestern parts of the United States, but in this case, there is something worth discussing. And it's Hurricane K. You can see it on the satellite image spinning around well south of Cabo San Lucas. Eye wall is trying to form in this hurricane. Winds are currently 80 miles per hour. This is moving to the northwest at around 10 miles per hour, and the current track brings this hurricane farther north in time, and as it gains latitude, approaching parts of the United States by the end of the week. Now, what does that mean? Well, the good news in terms of like hurricane impacts for the country is that we have the California current on the west coast, which drops sea surface temperatures to the point where hurricanes can't survive. So this is going to be a weakening system, becoming a tropical storm as we push toward the end of the week, as it's off to the south and southwest of San Diego. It's also going to mainly stay west of Baja. So some of the moisture is going to surge up through the Gulf of California, and that's when we'll start to see our weather change a little bit. But again, direct impacts from a tropical storm here, not looking likely at this point. This would be more an indirect impact of sorts. First thing we're going to see is cloud cover increasing, dew points and moisture increasing. So dew points will climb back into the 50s and then the 60s in Phoenix by the end of this week. That in and of itself could be enough to spark widely scattered showers and storms. But the better chances of more widespread rain will probably be a little farther west, and we'll get into that here in just a moment. One thing that's also going to happen, we're going to see a break from the excessive heat because this system is going to also bring a lot of cloud cover northbound. So with thick mid and high level moisture in place, cloud cover really thickening up, you can see by Friday and Saturday we may be holding below 100 degrees, which would be a nice thing for us as well. This is an Ensemble forecast model projection, so when you throw all the models together, this is kind of the running average of what the storm is forecast to do. Notice a lot of moisture is concentrated around the center of that low, just off toward the southwest of Baja, but as it moves north, that moisture kind of weakens. There's not as much rain with it. That's to be expected because the energy source of this hurricane, the warm sea surface temperatures, will be cut off as it moves north and northwest, as we talked about. But still, there is a lot of moisture surging northward with this system. So the Weather Prediction Center's forecast for rainfall is appreciable and noticeable, definitely, with those darker greens and speckles of yellow in there from Lake Havasu down through parts of Yuma, Blythe, Imperial, and El Centro, where locally over an inch of rain is currently forecast with this system late in the week. Now in Phoenix, those amounts are lesser as we're a little bit farther away from the center of the circulation. Remember, the storm itself is going to be west of Baja, so we're relying on moisture to be spun northward through the Gulf of California and whatever's left of it to bring some rain to our part of the country. There are a lot of questions to be ironed out. This is a complicated forecast. Again, what we do know right now is nothing is really showing a direct impact of tropical depression or tropical storm force weather in Arizona, but some indirect impacts of rain and a cool down look more likely. We just really don't quite know yet how much rain and exactly where that rain chance is going to be highest, but it looks like the highest chance of rain will be the farther west one travels toward the Colorado Valley and into southeast California. We'll keep you posted on this and whether any additional threats of flooding appear to come out of this weather system as we get more information. And you can check right back here on our social media platforms throughout this week as we post what we know as it comes in. In the meantime, have a great night.